Hi, welcome back to the Lil Will Learning Company. And today we're going to be looking at word problems. Now, I actually wrote a whole book on this summer. It's called Direct Approach to Math Word Problems. And the reason why I wrote this book is that it was the book I had wanted when I was a teacher. Usually, when you're teaching word problems, it kind of comes in two varieties. Usually, they'll come within the student's textbook, and there'll be examples of it sprinkled throughout the book with one example or one problem to practice, but then that's it. And then you never really explicitly practice that strategy or that type of problem again. And so it wasn't enough practice or reinforcement or enough examples to really give an idea of how to do that. So I always thought, well, why isn't there just one book out there that like has a whole chapter just dedicated to these particular strategies with many examples and then many practice problems based off that? Well, basically, once I left the classroom, that was one of the first ideas I had for a book, and lo and behold, Direct Approach to Math Word Problems was written, and so voila. Now, the other example is that you can find a lot of materials on, let's say, Teachers Pay Teachers or some other workbook on Amazon, and it will be a big mixture of word problems, but usually meant as like a review of some kind, nothing really explicitly teaching it. So I want to look over just one of those strategies for right now, and that is guess and check. Now, if you're an older student, you don't really need to use guess and check because you probably know some algebra, and that kind of helps you find the variable, so to speak. But if you're a younger student, let's say between the ages of 7 to 12, who doesn't have a lot of background in algebra, guess and check is a really, really good strategy. And what I want to remind students of when they're learning guess and check as the strategy to use when solving a problem is that a lot of them are afraid of being wrong, but that's actually part of the process. If you do guess a number and it is wrong, well, how so? Is it too high or too low? It's not a real issue. It's not a bad thing. Just keep guessing and keep checking until you get to a number that makes sense. So let's look at this one problem, and here we go. So here's the problem that we're looking at. A farmer has chickens and pigs in a field. He counts a total of 20 animals. When he counts the legs of all the animals, he gets a total of 54 legs. How many chickens and how many pigs does the farmer have? So I'm going to make a little, I guess, columns here to keep track of everything. First, we have the number of chickens. So chickens, hold on. Yeah, chickens. Then we have the total of pigs, and we have the total here. Now, we know we need to have a total of 20 animals. So however many chickens I have, the number of pigs with it has to equal 20, okay? I'm going to guess first 10 chickens, and therefore I would have to have 10 pigs, gives me a total of 20, okay? Now, chickens I know have 2 legs, so 10 times 2. Pigs have 4 legs, so 10 times 4. Now, ultimately with this, we have chickens times 2 legs, that'll be 20 legs. Pigs, 10 of them times their 4 legs, and that will give us 40 legs. And 20 plus 40 is 60 total legs. Now, the problem is, though, we need 54 legs. This is too high. So either I have too many chickens or I have too many pigs. Now, my guess is because it's so high, I'm guessing it's too many pigs. So I'm going to go with a higher count for chickens this time. I'm going to go with 12 chickens, which means I have to have 8 pigs because, again, 12 plus the 8 has to equal that 20 there, okay? Now, again, chickens have 2 legs. Pigs have 4 legs. And I'm going to go ahead, multiply this out, add them up, and let's see if it gets to the 54 legs. So right now, 12 times 2, that'd be 24 legs, plus 8 times 4, which would be 32 legs. And 24 plus 32 gives me 56. Still a little too high, though. I need 54 legs, not 56 legs, which now I'm guessing it's still one too many pigs. So I'm going to go with 13 chickens and 7 pigs. Now, again, the chickens, they still have 2 legs, and the pigs, they still have 4 legs. The chickens, 13 chickens times their 2 legs, that is going to give us 26 legs. Now, the 7 pigs times their 4 legs would give us 28 legs, and 26 plus 28 is 54. And so voila, we have our answer right here. So let's make sure what they're asking us here. They asked how many chickens and how many pigs does the farmer have? Well, they have 13 chickens and 7 pigs. Voila. Well, I hope looking at that one example helped. And again, when it comes to guess and check, you're going to get the wrong number. In fact, you're going to get the wrong number many times. You're going to see why it doesn't work. But that's part of the process. It's okay. It's okay to guess a number at first. You see it doesn't work. You see whether it's too high or too low, and then you just adjust from there. Really good strategy and really build some resilience in students as well. So thanks again for stopping by. We hope this helped. And if you found that this is really useful, come check us out at the Little Will Learning Company and check out our book, Direct Approach to Math Word Problems. Like and subscribe. See you next time.